Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji, Zanat Pranams, all glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for the morning Japa call. So anybody likes to lead this Japa Sri Nama Amrita, nectar of holy name? Anybody likes to read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, continue.
Yes, Prabhuji. By chanting, one associates with the Lord directly. We can associate with Krishna through his vibrational presence. Some people complain that when they pray to God, they do not feel his presence. We should know that this is due to our incapacities, not God's. There are two conceptions of presence, the physical conception and the vibrational conception. The physical conception is temporary, whereas the vibrational conception is eternal. When we enjoy or relish the vibration of Krishna's teachings in Bhagavad Gita, or when we chant Hare Krishna, we should know that by those vibrations, he is immediately present. He is absolute, and because of his vibration, is just as important as his physical presence. When we feel separation from Krishna or the spiritual master, we should just try to remember their words of instruction, and we will no longer feel that separation. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Shall I? Okay. Okay. Such association with Krishna and the spiritual master should be association by vibration, not physical presence. That is real association. We put so much stress on seeing, but when Krishna was present on this earth, so many people saw him and did not realize that he is God. So what is the advantage of seeing? By seeing Krishna, we will not understand him, but by listening carefully to his teachings, we can come to the platform of understanding. We can touch Krishna immediately by sound vibration. Therefore, we should give more stress to the sound vibration of Krishna and of the spiritual master. Then we will feel happy and won't feel separation. Elevation to Krishna consciousness.
One small book, Mataji. Prabhupada has written this small book. In that, yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Prabhuji and Mataji, while reading this, what did you understand? Quickly, 1 minute. We'll spend 1 minute on this. Then we'll go to regular reading. When we read, when Mataji read, you all hearing, right? So, what did you understand from these paragraphs from Prabhupada? Anybody likes to add? Hare Krishna. So there are two conceptions, right? Actually, it's called in Sanskrit Vani Seva, Vapu Seva. Vani Seva means vibrational conception. Vapu Seva means physical conception, physical presence of our Guru, physical presence of Supreme Lord. That's called Vapu. Vani Seva means hearing, vibrational conception, two conceptions. So which is more important out of these two? And which is always there. So Prabhupada writes, when we enjoy or relish the vibration of Krishna's teaching in Bhagavad Gita, or when we chant Hare Krishna, we should know that by those vibrations he is immediately present. Even though if we cannot experience Krishna's presence, but he is there. So that is the confidence giving from this paragraphs of Srila Prabhupada. Right? Abhinnatvam Namanamina. There is a verse. In that verse, it comes like Abhinnatvam Namanamina. There is no difference between Krishna and Krishna's name, Krishna's holy name. Abhinnatvam Namanamina. That means he is absolute. He is absolute. He is present in sound vibration, right? So that is real association. See, what is that real association? Hearing. When we chant, we hear, right? That is chanting and hearing is the Shravanam Kirtan. That's it starts with Shravanam Kirtanam, hearing and chanting. So by hearing, we are Krishna's presence is there. So if we are very fortunate to see Krishna's physical form, it's not going to be stay every time, and he's not going to. Of course, in spiritual world, we are always with Krishna. It doesn't matter, but in the material platform, we cannot see Krishna with our blunt senses. That's where hearing is seeing. So I wanted to add this with the last point. Hearing is seeing. Vinadamu chudame. Simple. As simple as that with these two paragraphs. So let us sincerely chant and hear. Right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Yeah, let us begin with Mangala Charana prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Vishnupristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 7, entitled as Lord Chaitanya in 5 features. So that is one of the important verse from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Everything in relationship with Bhakti, Bhakta. That's called, Panchatattva. The complete meaning of Panchatattva given in these 4 lines. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Yeah, let us read from this verse. So we'll begin with Mataji's. Yeah, Samyukta Mataji, please start from this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Vijay. Translation. The Mayavada philosophy is so degraded that it has taken the insignificant living entities to be the Lord, the supreme truth, thus covering the glory and supremacy of the absolute truth with monism. Purport. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura comments in this connection that in all Vedic scriptures, the Jiva Tattva, the truth of the living entities, is mentioned to be one of the energies of the Lord. If one does not accept the living entity to be a minute, infinitesimal spark of the Supreme, but equates the Jiva Tattva with the Supreme Brahman or Supreme Personality of Godhead, it must be understood that his entire philosophy is based on a misunderstanding. Unfortunately, Sripada Shankaracharya purposely claimed the Jiva Tattva or living entities to be equal to the Supreme God. Therefore, his entire philosophy is based on a misunderstanding and it misguides people to become atheists whose mission in life is unfulfilled. This mission of human life, as described in the Bhagavad Gita, is to surrender unto the Supreme Lord and become his devotee. But the Mayavada philosophy misleads one to defy the existence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and pose oneself as the Supreme Lord. Thus, it has misguided hundreds of thousands of innocent men. Shall I continue, Prabhu?
Yeah, I'll give it to Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu. Correct.
Thank you. Yes. Deepa Mataji, please continue from this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In the Vedanta Sutra, Vyasadeva has described that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is potent and that everything material or spiritual is but an emanation of his energy. The Lord, the Supreme Brahman, is the origin of or source of everything, Janmadyasya Yataha. And all other manifestations are emanations of different energies of the Lord. This is also confirmed in the Vishnu Purana. Ekadesha Hitasyagnir Jyotsna Vistarini Yatha Parasya Brahmana Shaktis Tathedam Akhilam Jagat. Whatever we see in this world is simply an expansion of different energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is exactly like a fire that spread illumination for a long distance, although it is situated in one place. This is a very vivid example. Similarly, it is stated that just as everything in the material world exists in the sunshine, which is the energy of the sun, so everything exists on the basis of the spiritual and material energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, although Krishna is situated in his own abode, Goloka eva nivasati akhilatma bhuta, where he enjoys his transcendental pastimes with the cowherd boys and gopis. He is nevertheless present everywhere, even within the atoms of this universe. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantara Stham. This is the verdict of the Vedic literature.
Yeah, thank you, Madhuri. Let me see. Sandhya Madhuri, do you like to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my voice is audible.
Yeah, audible.
Unfortunately, the Mayavada philosophy, misguiding people by claiming the living entity to be the Lord, has created havoc throughout the entire world and led almost everyone to godlessness. By thus covering the glories of the Supreme Lord, the Mayavadi philosophers have done the greatest disservice to human society. It is to counteract these most abdominal activities of the Mayavadi philosophers that Lord Chaitanya has introduced the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Harer Nama Iva Kevalam, Kalau Nastaiva Gatiranyata. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is chanting the holy name of the Lord. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. People should simply engage in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, for thus they will gradually come to understand that they are not the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as they have been taught by the Mayavadi philosophers, but are eternal servants of the Lord. As soon as one engages himself in the transcendental service of the Lord, he becomes free. Mamchayo Vyavicharena Bhakti Yogena Sevate Sagunan Samatitya Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Bhagavad Gita 14.26, therefore, the Hare Krishna movement or Krishna conscious movement is the only light for the foolish living entities who think either that there is no God or there is, and that if God exists, he is formless and they themselves are also God. These misconceptions are very dangerous, and the only way to counteract them is to spread the Hare Krishna movement.
Thank you, Mother.
Hare Krishna.
Saraswati Mother, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Translation. In this Vedanta Sutra, Srila Vyasadeva has described that everything is but a transformation of the energy of the Lord. Shankaracharya, however, has misled the world by commenting that Vyasadeva was mistaken. Thus, he has raised great opposition to theism throughout the entire world. Purport. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura explains in the Vedanta Sutra of Srila Vyasadeva, it is definitely stated that all cosmic manifestation results from transformation of various energies of the Lord. Shankaracharya, however, not accepting the energies of the Lord, thinks that it is the Lord who transformed. He has taken many clear statements from the Vedic literature and twisted them to try to prove that if the Lord or the absolute truth were transformed, his oneness would be disturbed. Thus, he has accused Srila Vyasadeva of being mistaken. In developing his philosophy of monism, therefore, he has established Vivartavada or the Mayavada theory of illusion. In the Brahma Sutra, 2nd chapter, the first aphorism is as follows. Tad ananyatvam Arambhana Shabdabhyaha, commenting on this sutra in his Shariraka Bhashya, Shankaracharya has introduced the statement Vacharambhanam Vikaro Namadeyam from the Chandogya Upanishad 6.1.4 to try to prove that acceptance of the transformation of the energy of the Supreme Lord is faulty. He has tried to defy that transformation of energy is a misguided way, which will be explained later. Since his conception of God is impersonal, he does not believe that the entire cosmic manifestation is a transformation of the energies of the Lord. For as soon as one accepts the various energies of the Absolute Truth, one must immediately accept the Absolute Truth to be personal, not impersonal. A person can create many things by the transformation of his energy. For example, a businessman transforms his energy by establishing many big factories or big organization, yet he remains a person, although his energy has been transformed into many factories or business concerns. The Mayavadi philosophers do not understand this simple fact. Their tiny brains and poor funds of knowledge cannot afford them sufficient enlightenment to realize that what a man's energy is transformed, the man himself is not transformed, but remains the same person.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for reading. Yeah. Aryan Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Not believing in the fact that the energy of the Absolute Truth is transformed, Shankaracharya has propounded his theory of illusion. This theory states that although the Absolute Truth is never transformed, he thinks that it is transformed, which is an illusion. Shankaracharya does not believe in the transformation of the energy of the Absolute Truth, for he claims that everything is one and that the living entity is therefore also one with the Supreme. This is the Mayavada theory. Srila Vyasadeva has explained that the Absolute Truth is a person who has different potencies, merely by his desire that there be creation, and by his glance, Sa Aishata, he created this material world. Sa Ashrajata. After creation, he remains the same person. He is not transformed into everything. One should accept that the Lord has inconceivable energies, and that it is by his order and will that varieties of manifestations have come into existence. In the Vedic literature, it is said, Sa tattvato nyatha buddhir vikara iti udhartha. This mantra indicates that from one fact, another fact is generated. For example, a father is one fact and a son generated from the father is a second fact. Thus, both of them are truths. Although one is generated from the other, this generation of a second independent truth from a first truth is called vikara, or transformation resulting in a byproduct. The Supreme Brahman is the absolute truth, and the energies that have emanated from him and are existing separately, such as the living entities and the cosmic manifestations, are also truths. This is an example of transformation, which is called Vikara Parinama. To give another example of Vikara, milk is a truth, but the same milk may be transformed into yogurt. Thus, yogurt is a transformation of milk, although the ingredients of yogurt and milk are the same. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Chandramal Prabhu, please read.
Hare Krishna. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada Kichi. In the Chaitanya, in the Chandogya Upanishad, there is the following mantra. Atid Atma Atmyam Idam Sarvam. And this mantra indicates without a doubt that the entire world is Brahman. The absolute truth has the inconceivable energies as confirmed in the Svetasvatara Upanishad. Parasya Sakti Vividaiva Sruyate. And the entire cosmic manifestation is evidence of these different energies of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is a fact, and therefore whatever is created by the Supreme Lord is also factual. Everything is true and complete. Puranam, but the original Puranam, the complete absolute truth, always remains the same. Purnat Purnam Udyate Purnasya Purnam Adya. The absolute truth is so perfect that although innumerable energies emanate from him and manifest creations which appear to be different from him, he nevertheless maintains his personality. He never deteriorates under any circumstances. It is to be concluded that the entire cosmic manifestation is a transformation of energy of the Supreme Lord, not of the Supreme Lord of Absolute Truth himself, who always remains the same. The material world and the living entities are transformations of the energy of the Lord, the Absolute Truth or Brahman, who is the origin source, In other words, the Absolute Truth, Brahman, is the original ingredient, and the other manifestations are transformations of this ingredient. This is also confirmed in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Yatova imani bhutani jayate. The entire cosmic manifestation is made possible by the Absolute Truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this verse, it is indicated that Brahman, the Absolute Truth, is the original cause, and the living entities and the cosmic manifestation are effects of this cause. The cause being a fact, the effects are also the factual. They are not illusion. Shankaracharya has inconsistently tried to prove that it is an illusion to accept the material world and the jivas as byproducts of the Supreme Lord, because in his conception, the existence of the material world and the jivas is different and separate from that of the Absolute Truth. With the jugglery of understanding, Mayavadi philosophers have propagated the slogan Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya, which declares that the Absolute Truth is fact, but the cosmic manifestation and the living entities are simply illusions, or that all of them are in fact the Absolute Truth and the material world and the living entities do not separately exist.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. So, what is the meaning that? So, Absolute Truth is fact, but cosmic manifestation and the living entities are simply illusions. So that is their understanding. Shankaracharya, Mayavadi philosophers. Yeah. Right.
Prabhuji, what's wrong, Prabhuji, here? Living entities are simply illusions. Means instead of illusions, they have to say temporary, right?
Yeah, illusion means just temporary. Yes. Living entities, there is no existence. Everything is same. Bhagavan and Krishna, Krishna and all living entities are equal level. There is no personal conception, right? So
instead of saying living entities are simply illusions, if they say living entities are temporary, then it will be good, right? As per our shastras.
See, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. That's declare absolute truth is a fact, but cosmic manifestation and the living entities. Cosmic manifestation means it's material world, creation, and the living entities are simply illusion. They do not believe that this creation takes place, and so all the sustenance and maintenance, right? Sushti Sthiti Laya is there, right? The cosmic manifestation. So they don't believe that. So everything is illusion, Brahma. They feel that. Okay?
His Lord is also impersonal, right, Prabhuji, for them?
Yeah. For them, God is also impersonal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No conception of person.
Okay.
Raju Prabhu?
Prabhuji, what Chandramauli Prabhu was asking was, if against their philosophy, what is our philosophy? Then Chandramauli Prabhu, it is not, living entities are not temporary. The cosmic manifestation is temporary. Living entities are all eternal only. According to us, we are eternal parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. That is the philosophy that we have. But what they have is actually that there is no, everything is illusion, only Paramatma is factual, everything else is illusion.
Partial understanding. Yeah. You got the point, Prabhu?
No, Prabhuji, still. Because
living entities are eternal, Prabhu. See.
No, this Mayavadi philosophers, what they are saying is, this absolute truth is fact. Okay. We also believe that one, right, Prabhuji? But the cosmic manifestation and living entities are simply illusions. They are saying simply illusions. But what we say is, as per our Shastra Vedas, living entities are temporary, right?
Living bodies. Bodies are temporary. Living entities eternal, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Soul is eternal.
Okay.
They don't believe the soul concept. Everything is an illusion.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Right? Soul is eternal, right? Satchidananda Vigraha. Krishna himself is in the Bhagavad Gita, the conception of soul. Body is changing, but soul never changes. It is changing bodies. It's called changing bodies from one body to another body, like that. Right? Dehi no sminata dehe. So,
The material manifestation is temporary.
yes, cosmic manifestation. But they, in their understanding, material manifestation or cosmic manifestation and living entities, both are temporary. That's the thing.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
It is therefore to be concluded that Shankaracharya, in order to present the Supreme Lord, the living entities and the material nature has indivisible and ignorant, tries to cover the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He maintains that material cosmic manifestation is the mithya or false. But this is a great blunder. If the Supreme Personality of Godhead is fact, how can his creation be false? Even in ordinary dealing, one cannot think that material cosmic manifestation to be false. Therefore, Vaishnava philosopher says that the cosmic creation is not false but temporary. It is separated from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But since it is wonderfully created by the energy of the Lord, to say that it is false is blasphemous. Non-devotee.
Raju Prabhu.
Yeah,
You got the point? Chandraval
Yes.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Chandraval Prabhu. Prabhupada is explaining here. You got the point, no? Hare Krishna. It's okay. Yeah, continue. Prabhu.
Non-devotees factually appreciate the wonderful creation of material nature, but they cannot appreciate the intelligence and energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is beyond the material creation. Srila Sripad Ramanujacharya, however, refers to a sutra from Aitareya Upanishad 1.1.1, Atmava idam agra asit, which points out the Supreme Atma, the absolute truth, existed before the creation. One may argue, if the Supreme Personality of Godhead is completely spiritual, how it is possible for him to do into with the origin of creation, and how within himself both material and spiritual energy. To answer this challenge, Sripada Ramanujacharya quotes a mantra from the Taittiriya Upanishad 3.1 that states, Yatova imani bhutani jayante ena jhatani jivanti yat prayanti abhisvam vishwanti. Can I continue?
Abhisham. Yeah, continue. Prabhu. Abhisham Vishanti.
This mantra
Actually,
confirms.
Go ahead.
This mantra confirms that entire cosmic manifestation emanates from the absolute truth. Rest upon the absolute truth, and after annihilation again re-enters the body of the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The living entity is originally spiritual, and when he enters the spiritual world or the body of the Supreme Lord, he still retains his identity as an individual soul. In this connection, Sripada Ramanujacharya gives the example that when a green bird enters into a green tree, it does not become one with the tree. It retains in its identity as a bird, although it appears to be merged with the greenness of the tree. To give another example, an animal that enters into the forest keeps its individuality, although apparently the beast merges with the forest. Similarly, in material existence, both the material energy and the living entities are the marginal potency maintain their individuality. Thus, although the energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead interact within the cosmic manifestations, which each keeps its separate individual existence, merging with the material or spiritual energy, therefore, does not involve loss of individuality. According to the Sripad Ramanujacharya theory of Visishta Advaita, although all the energies of the Lord are one, each keeps its individuality. Vaisishta. Sripad Shankaracharya has tried to mislead the readers of the Vedanta Sutra by misinterpreting the words Anandamayo Vyasat. And he has even tried to find the fault in Vyasadeva. All the aphorism of the Vedanta Sutra need to be examined here. However, since we intend to present the Vedanta Sutra in a separate volume. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah, this is all about Mayavadi philosophy and quoting from different acharyas, what they quoted from different Upanishads. Yes, absolute truth. So one point I wanted to read again. Just hold on. Similarly, in material existence, both the material energy and the living entities of the marginal potency maintain their individuality. Thus, although the energies of the Supreme Personality of God interact within the cosmic manifestation, each keeps its separate individual existence. Merging with the material or spiritual energies, therefore, does not involve loss of individuality. So, according to Sri Ramanujapada's theory, Visishtadvaita, although all the energies of the Lord are one keeps individuality. So here in the Shankara Bhashya, so they lost, the conception is lost. Cosmic manifestation and living entity as illusion means no conception of this one, individuality. Nothing, nil kind of thing. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all for reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila, 7th chapter, 121 verse. So last couple of verses, almost 4 or 5 verses, Srila Prabhupada talks about in detail Mayavada philosophy in purports, right? So you can easily understand it, differentiating what is Sankaracharya, what is this Mayavadi philosophy, what is the oneness, what is individuality, what is the illusion. All these purports are addressing those conceptions, and Prabhupada is giving explanations in the last 4 or 5 purports of this chapter. Actually, we have to repeatedly read and understand. Yeah. Thank you all again. So, who is going to do today sloka, practice? We all repeat. System is there, right? 1 line, then 2 lines, then 4 lines. So it takes half an hour. So let us practice. So this is the last week of this second unit sloka test. We have test on Saturday and Sunday also. For 2 days. So Prabhuji is having hard time. 14. You have to ask all the 45 devotees all the 14 verses.
Prabhuji, evening classes will be there, right, Prabhuji?
Today evening is there. Monday, Monday, Wednesday. Our classes, regular Bhakti Shastri classes there. This one, you want to practice in the evenings?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji, for shloka.
Yeah. Actually, last time also, Josna Mataji, Shilpa Mataji, and Lakshmi Mataji. So when are you? They messaged me. When are you having evening sloka?
Yeah,
practice?
yes, Prabhuji. So, evening classes are so.
Evening will do them.
Yeah,
so evening
yes, Prabhuji.
Today, let us do, and we'll see today evening. Again, we'll connect.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Sure.
So, who is going to do all the 14 verses like this? 1 line, then 2 lines, then 4 lines. Translation, somebody. Okay, quickly, let us do. Already 8:10. So 9:10, it will be done. Yeah. Mataji, Prabhuji, please unmute yourself. Sirisha Mata is there, Prabhu? Raju Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
You like to do that?
Yeah, she will do translation. Sorry, she will do recitation. I will do translation, Prabhuji.
Hey, Prabhu?
She will read the sloka. I will read the translation, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Welcome. Go ahead. 7.5. Yes.
Can I recite, Prabhuji?
It's your time. Yes. We all decide. We'll follow you.
Chapter 7, Bhagavad Gita 7.5. Apareyam itastvanyam
Apareyam itasmanyam
prakritim vidhi me param
prakritim vidhi me param
jiva bhuta mahabaho
jiva bhutam mahabaho
yayedam daryate jagat
yayedam dharyate jagat.
apareyam itastvanyam.
2 lines next time. Okay.
Okay. Apareyam itastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param.
Apareyam itasmanyam prakritim vidhi me param.
Jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam daryate jagat.
Jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat.
Apareyam itastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param. Jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam daryate jagat.
Apareyam
itastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat.
సో మాతాజీ మీరు అదే అదే పరం కాదు పరా ఏ పైన లైన్ పరా. రాజు ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ కంటిన్యూ.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, translation. Besides this, O mighty armed Arjuna.
Besides this,
O mighty armed Arjuna,
there is another superior energy of mind.
There is
another superior energy of mind,
which comprises the living entities.
Which comprises the living entities
who are exploiting the resources of this material.
Who are exploiting
the resources of
this material and inferior nature.
And inferior nature. 7.15.
దైవీయేషా గుణమయీ
ఫోన్ కావాలా
దైవీయేషా గుణమయీ
మమ మాయా దురత్యయా మామేవై ప్రపద్యంతే మయేతం తరంతి తే. దైవీయేషా గుణమయీ మమ మాయా దురత్యయా మామేవై ప్రపద్యంతే మాయామేతం తరంతి తే. దైవీయేషా గుణమయీ మమ మాయా దురత్యయా మామేవై ప్రపద్యంతే మయామేతం తరంతి తే.
దైవీయేషా గుణమయీ మమ మాయా దురత్యయా మామేవై ప్రపద్యంతే మాయామేతం తరంతి తే.
Translation. The divine energy of mind.
This divine energy of mind
Consisting of 3 modes of material nature.
Consisting of the 3 modes of material nature
Is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me.
But those who have surrendered unto me
can easily cross beyond it.
can easily cross beyond it. Bhagavad Gita 7.19. Bahunam janmanamante gnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. बहुनां जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते
बहुनां जन्मनामन्ते
प्रपद्यते
वासुदेवा सर्वमिति समहात्मा सुदुर्लभा
वासुदेवा
सर्वमिति समहात्मा
सुदुर्लभः
बहुनां जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेवा सर्वमिति समहात्मा सुदुर्लभा
बहुनां
जन्मनामन्ते
ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेवा सर्वमिति समहात्मा सुदुर्लभः.
Translation. After many births and deaths,
After
After many births and deaths,
he who knows, who is actually in knowledge,
he who is
Who is
actually
actually
in knowledge,
surrenders unto me,
surrenders unto me,
knowing me to be the cause of all causes,
knowing me to be the
cause
cause
of all causes,
and all that is.
and all
and all
that
that is.
Such a great soul is very rare.
such a great soul is very rare.
Very rare.
Hare Krishna.
మీరు ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చదువుతున్నప్పుడు చూడండి ప్రభు కంటిన్యూ మీనింగ్ అంటే మధ్య మధ్యలో కట్ చేయకుండా లేకపోతే ఇంకా బాగుంటుంది. ఓకే కంటిన్యూ.
Okay.
భగవద్గీత 8.5 అంతకాలే చ మామేవా
అంతకాలే చ మామేవా
స్మరన్ముక్త కలైవరం
స్మరన్ముక్త్వా కలేవరం
యప్రయతి స మద్భావం
యప్రయాతి సమద్భావం
యాతి నాస్తత్ర సంశయా
యాతి నాస్త్యత్ర సంశయః.
అంతకాలే చ మామేవా స్మరన్ముక్త కలైవరం
అంతకాలే చ మామేవా స్మరన్ముక్త్వా కలేవరం
యప్రయతి స మద్భావం యాతి నాస్తత్ర సంశయా
ప్రయాతి సమద్భావం యాతి నాస్త్యత్ర సంశయః.
అంతకాలే చ మామేవా స్మరన్ముక్త కలైవరం యప్రయతి స మద్భావం యాతి నాస్తత్ర సంశయా.
అంతకాలే చ మామేవా స్మరన్ముక్త్వా కలైవరం ప్రయాతి సమద్భావం యాతి నాస్త్యత్ర సంశయః.
Translation. And whoever at the end of his life
and
And
whoever
whoever at the end of his life
quits his body,
quits his body,
remembering me alone at once attain my nature,
remembering
me
alone
alone
attains my nature.
of this there is no doubt.
Of this there is no doubt.
Okay, na Prabhuji.
Yeah. Continue like that. Yes.
భగవద్గీత 8.16 ఆ బ్రహ్మ భువనాలోక
ఆ బ్రహ్మ
భువనాలోక
పునరావర్తినోర్జున మాముపేత్యతు కౌంతేయ పునర్జన్మాన విద్యతే ఆ బ్రహ్మ భువనాలోక పునరావర్తినోర్జున
పునరావర్తినో అర్జున
మాముపేత్యతు కౌంతేయ పునర్జన్మాన విద్యతే
పునర్జన్మాన విద్యతే.
ఆ బ్రహ్మ భువనాలోక పునరావర్తినోర్జున మాముపేత్యతు కౌంతేయ పునర్జన్మాన విద్యతే.
ఆ బ్రహ్మ భువనాలోక పునరావర్తినో అర్జున మాముపేత్యతు కౌంతేయ పునర్జన్మాన విద్యతే.
A translation. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest,
From the highest
From the
planet in the
highest
material world
planet
down
in
to
the
the
material
lowest.
down to the lowest.
Down to the lowest.
All are places of misery
All
all
are
are
places
All
of
are
places
places of misery,
wherein repeated birth and death take place.
where
where
repeated birth and death
and
take
death
place.
take
Time,
place.
death,
But one who attains my abode,
But one
But
who
one
one
attains
who
the
attains
abode
to my
attends
abode,
to my abode.
O son of Kunti, never take birth again.
O
O
son
Son
of
of
Kunti
Kunti
never
never
takes
takes
birth
birth
again.
again.
Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita 9.2. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam
Rajavidya
Rajaguhyam
Rajaguhyam
Pavitram Idamuttamam
Pavitram
Pavitram
Idamuttamam
Idamuttamam
Pratyakshavāgamam Daryam
Pratyakshavāgamam
Dharyam
Dharyam
Susukam Kartumavyayam
Susukam
Susukam
Kartumavyayam
Kartumavyayam
Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam
Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam
Idamuttamam
Pratyakshavāgamam Daryam Susukam Kartumavyayam
Pratyakshavāgamam Dharyam
Dharyam
Susukam
Susukam
Kartumavyayam
Kartumavyayam
Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshavāgamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartumavyayam
Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshavāgamam Dharyam Susukam Kartumavyayam.
చిన్న విషయం అవుతుంది. ఇది ఇట్లాంటి పెద్ద పెద్ద వర్డ్స్ ఉంటే ఏం చేయాలంటే మనము ప్రభుపాద ఎట్లా ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ చేసుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది. ప్రత్యక్ష అవగమనం, ఇట్లా అవగమనం, ప్రత్యక్ష అవగమం.
Hare Krishna. Translation: this knowledge is the king of education,
This knowledge is the king of education,
the most secret of all secrets.
the most secret of all secrets.
It is the purest knowledge,
It is the purest knowledge,
and because it gives direct perception of the self by relation.
And because it gives
it gives
direct
perception of the self by
realization.
realization.
It is the perfection of religion.
It is the
Perfection of religion.
It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed.
It is
It is
everlasting.
everlasting and it is joyfully performed.
Hare Krishna.
Last line advutam. Susukam kartumavyam. It is everlasting and joyful. Susukam. Prabhupada writes joyfully. Yes.
Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Maya tatamidam sarvam
Maya
Maya
tatam
tatamidam
Idam
sarvam
sarvam
Jagadavyaktamurtina
jagat
Jagat Avyaktam
Jagadavyakamurtina
Astani sarva bhutani
Matsani
Sarvabhutani
Nachaham teshavastitaha
Nachaham
Teshvavastitaha
Maya tatamidam sarvam Jagadavyakamurtina
Maya tatamidam sarvam
jagat
Jagadavyakamurtina
avyaktamurtina
Matsani sarva bhutani Nachaham teshavastitaha
Matsani sarvabhutani
bhutani nachaham teshu avastitaha.
avastita.
4 lines.
Maya tatamidam sarvam Jagadavyakamurtina Matsani sarva bhutani Nachaham teshavastitaha
Maya
Tatam
tatam
idam
idam sarvam
sarvam
Jagat
jagat
Avyaktamurtina
avyaktamurtina
Matsani
Matsani
sarvabhutani
Sarvabhutani
Nachaham
Nachaham
teshavastita.
teshavastitaha.
Translation: by me in my unmanifested form,
by
By
me
me
by
In my unmanifested form,
this entire universe is pervaded.
this
this
entire
entire universe is pervaded.
All beings are in me,
are
but
in
I am
me,
not in
I am
them.
but I am
not
not in him.
in them.
Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita 9.14 Satatam kirtayanto mam
Satatam kirtayanto mam
yatantascha dridavrita
yatantascha drudavrita
namastyantascha mam bhaktya
namasyantascha mam bhaktya
nityayukta upasate
nityayukta upasate
Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridavrita
Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drudavrata
Namastyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate.
Namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate
Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridavrita Namastyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate.
Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drudavrata Namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate.
Translation. Always chanting my glories,
Always chanting my glories,
endeavoring with great determination,
endeavoring with great determination,
bowing down before me,
going down before me.
these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion.
These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion.
Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita 9.25 Yanti deva vrata devan
Yanti deva vrata devan
Pitrin yanti pratirvrita
Pitran yanti pitravrata
Bhutani yanti bhutejya
Bhutani yanti bhuteja
Yanti madhyajinopi mam
Yanti madhyajinopi mam
Yanti devata devan Pritin yanti pratirvrita
Yanti deva vrata devan Pitran yanti pitravrata
Bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhyajinopi mam
Bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopi mam.
4 lines.
Devan yanti pratirvrita Bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhyajinopi mam
Yanti deva vrata devan yanti pitravrata Bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopi mam.
Hare Krishna. Translation. Those who worship the demigods will take birth with among the demigods.
Those who worship the demigods will take
birth among the demigods.
Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors.
Those who worship the ancestors go to ancestors.
Those who worship the ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings.
Those who worship ghosts and spirits, they will take birth among the beings.
And those who worship me will live with me.
And those who worship me will live with me.
This is another thing, Prabhu. Slightly pronunciation difference. Live, leave. Chala difference. Live. I live in Manikonda. Like I live in Manikonda. This is where I live. Live. Okay. Those who worship me will live with me. Simple. Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita 9.26 Patram pushpam palam toyam
Patram pushpam palam toyam
Yo me भक्त्या प्रयश्चति
यो मे भक्त्या
प्रयश्चति
तदहं भक्ति उपाहृतम् अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या प्रयश्चति
पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या
प्रयश्चति
तदहं भक्ति उपाहृतम् अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः
तदहं
उपाहृतम्
प्रयतात्मनः
पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या प्रयश्चति तदहं भक्ति उपाहृतम् अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः
पत्रं पुष्पं
फलं तोयं
भक्त्या
Translation: If one offers me with love and a devotion of leaf,
one offers me with love and devotion
a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or a water.
Yes, 4 things. A leaf, a flower,
a fruit, or water.
I will accept it.
I will
accept it.
Hare Krishna.
When will he accept? Love and devotion. Yes, those 4 things.
washroom.
Bhagavad Gita 9.27 Yat karoshi yadasnashi yajjuhoshi dadashi yad yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurush swamadarpanam Yat karoshi yadasnasi yajjuhoshi dadashi yad
Yat karoshi yadasnasi yajjuhoshi
dadasi yad Yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurush
Yat tapasyasi kaunteya
Yat karoshi yadasnasi yajjuhoshi dadasi yad Yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kuru swamadarpanam
Yat karoshi
yadasnasi
yat tapasyasi
kaunteya tat kuru swamadarpanam
Hare Krishna. Translation: Whatever you do,
whatever you do,
whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away,
whatever you offer or give away,
and whatever austerities you perform,
and whatever austerities you perform,
do that, O son of Kunti.
do that, O son of Kunti.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Do that as, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me.
Do that, O son of Kunti, offering to me.
Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita 9.29 Samoham sarvabhuteshu Name dveshyosti na priya Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya Maite teshu chapyaham Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshyosti na priya
Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshyosti na priya
Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mahi te teshu chapyaham
ये भजन्ति तु मां भक्त्या मयि ते तेषु चाप्यहम्
समोऽहं सर्वभूतेषु न मे द्वेषोऽस्ति न प्रिया ये भजन्ति तु मां भक्त्या मयि तेषु चाप्यहम्
समोऽहं सर्वभूतेषु
सर्वभूतेषु
न मे
न मे
द्वेषोऽस्ति
द्वेषोऽस्ति
न
न प्रिया
प्रिया ये
ये
भजन्ति तु
भजन्ति
मां
मां
भक्त्या
भक्त्या मयि
मयि
ते
ते
तेषु
तेषु
चाप्यहम्।
चाप्यहम् Raju Prabhu, we are not able to hear you. We are speaking on mute. Is there Raju Prabhu? Okay. Yeah. Samyukta
Sorry.
Mataji, please do.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Sorry. Hare Krishna.
What happened? Yeah.
Translation.
Please read translation.
I envy to no one,
I
envy no one,
nor I am partial to anyone.
nor I am partial to anyone.
I am equal to all.
I am equal to all.
But whoever renders service unto me in devotion as a friend,
But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend.
is in me,
Is in me,
and I am also friend to him.
And I am also a friend
to him.
Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita 10:8 Aham sarvasya prabhavo
Aham sarvasya prabhavo
matta sarvam pravartate
matta sarvam pravartate
iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita
buddha bhava samanvita
aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate
aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate
iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita
iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita
aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita
aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva
bhajante mam
buddha bhava samanvita
aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita
aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita.
Translation. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds.
I am the source of all
spiritual and material worlds.
Everything emanates from me.
Everything
emanates from me.
The wise who perfectly know this engage. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service.
The wise
who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service.
And worship me with all their hearts.
And worship
me with all their
hearts. Yeah. The last verse, Mother.
Bhagavad Gita 10.10 Tesham satata yuktanam
satata yuktanam
bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogantam ena mam upayanti te tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogantam ena mam upayanti te
Dadami
buddhiyogam tam
yena mam
yena mam
upayanti
upayanti te.
तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन माम् उपयान्ति ते
Tesham
Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam
priti purvakam
dadami
dadami buddhi
buddhiyogam
yogam tam yena mam
yena mam
upayanti te.
Translation. To those who are constantly devoted service to me with love.
To those who
are constantly devoted to serving me with love.
With love.
I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
I
I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
They can come to me.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Jai. Thank you. Thank you,
Sorry,
Sirisha.
Prabhuji, if any mistakes, forgive me.
It's okay. Nothing. All andaram chestam mistake. That's all. Thank you. Manche chesaru. Thank you so much. We will connect in the evening for today onwards. Morning లేదు ఇంకా ఎందుకంటే నాకు కూడా లేట్ అయిపోతుంది ఒక్కసారి ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్ళడానికి. సో విల్ కనెక్ట్ ఇన్ ద ఈవినింగ్స్ ఓన్లీ ఆల్ దిస్ వీక్. కొంతమంది నైట్ కూడా డివోటీస్ జాయిన్ అవుతా అన్నారు. సో లెట్ us కనెక్ట్ ఇన్ ద ఈవినింగ్. ఓకే, సేమ్ జూమ్ కాల్. నేను మెసేజ్ పెడతాను మన వర్కింగ్ గ్రూప్ లో. Yeah, thank you so much again. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaः. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Reading ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrtam ki jai. Sloka recitations ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari. Monday blues already started for me. Have a happy